Build a Jesus. Sounds funny, right? But most of us are doing that. In 2 Corinthians, I think 11:4, it talks about if you receive a different gospel, not that there is a different gospel, you receive a different spirit, and that spirit is not holy. So whenever a false Jesus is preached and a false Jesus is received, a false gospel, you receive a different spirit, and that spirit's not holy. So today I'm going to call out this Build a Jesus. A lot of denominations, a lot of teachings, it's a Jesus made in our image, not us being refined into the image of God. If you read Genesis chapter 1, it talks about God says, let us make man in our image, right? That's in the beginning, it was without sin, it was spotless, it was perfect, right? Men was made in the image of God, perfect, without sin. And since the fall, we're no longer in his image because man loves darkness more than he loves light. So God encounters people, gives them a heart of flesh, places his spirit within them so that they're able to walk in his ordinances, his statutes, hear his voice, right? So he refines us. We go through fire, we go through testing, we go through different refinement to be made into the image of Jesus Christ, not a better version of you or a better version of me. It's refinement. It's to be made in the image of God. But if we believe in a false Jesus, a powerless Jesus, a weak Jesus that don't do the things that he commissioned us to do, in John, right, 14:12, it says, the things that I did, you'll do. This is Jesus speaking. And greater things. The Great Commission, right? You've got it in Matthew 28, but if you read in Mark chapter 16, verse 17, 18, 19, 20, he gives a list of things that will follow those who believe. Not will proceed, but will follow, right? The very first thing he says is they'll cast out demons. They'll speak in new tongues. They'll lay hands on the sick and they will recover. And you've got a majority of denominations. And if you look that word up, right, it's heresy. So there's not supposed to be denominations. There's supposed to be one body. And if your Jesus that you are following or that your church is preaching about has no power, if you see no manifestations of the Spirit, Paul said, I don't come in you in eloquent speech or words, but in power. Multiple times he says this in different books that he wrote. So if you don't see no demonstration of the power of God, find a different church. Pray, seek the Lord. The Lord will lead you, right? If you read in Hosea, my people die from a lack of knowledge, he's talking about shepherds that are not doing what they're supposed to. If you read Jeremiah 23, same thing, first 4 verses. Anyway, so today, if you got to build a Jesus, hey, repent, seek the Lord, seek guidance. All right, God bless.